if anybody's having an anxiety, it's because they're looking for the manifestational evidence. And this is a really good idea for you to hold relative to where you're at. This is the precise piece that will soothe this for you. This vortex of creation, it's the vibrational foundation for all of the good that manifests. And when you have full view of it, that's when you feel utter faith, because that faith is knowledge in something not yet seen. And the reason you can't see it is because it's pre-manifested. But there is so much that is wonderful that is pre-manifested that you can feel. Did you get that? Now, for somebody outside the vortex, what they heard us just say was, you have to trust us, and we've just got a different version of the fairy tale for you. And so we can understand why from outside the vortex, skepticism and cynicism and pessimism would be something that you are feeling. But if you can accept the reality of this vortex of creation, and you can realize that when your friends and family and well-wishers are coming to you, you can't give them the evidence yet, but you can give them your emotional, vibrational version of it. And so what they're reaching for from you is your feeling of elation, your feeling of optimism, your feeling of knowing. Have you ever been part of something where there was a leader who knew even before there was manifestation, and that leader just knew so clearly that you knew too, and couldn't you ride the current of that knowing? And weren't there always those naysayers who couldn't see it and couldn't feel it, who were determined that it wasn't going to come to be? But because someone knew, and because you knew they knew, then you knew a little too? That's the best that you can do for those people, because almost everybody is demanding. That's why science and medicine moves slowly forward, is because they need to see it before they believe it. And that's backwards. You got to believe it before you can see it. You have to believe it in order to get in the vortex, and you've got to get in the vortex before you can see it, before you can rendezvous with the circumstances and events that are going to bring the manifestation of it about, you see. It's really interesting. This reality that humans claim and cling to is such an arbitrary thing. You are billions of people with billions of different perspectives of life experience, literally creating billions of different worlds, and yet pretending that it's all one big world that you're all sharing equally. And it's not even close to that, you see. You are on these vibrational islands with law of attraction spinning on your individual vortices, giving you exactly what you are a vibrational match to. So the first thing that we would say to you is, if we were standing in your physical shoes, would leave them all out of the equation, well-wishers or not. Because if you need to prove to them what they need to see, then they've got you focused outside the vortex, and that's why you feel a diminishment of your joy. So somehow you have to convince them that you're onto something, and you know you're onto something. We know that they are well-meaning, and we know that you know that they are well-meaning. We're just saying, you got to do what's easiest to keep you focused in the vortex. So if someone says, how you doing? You say, tuning my frequency. You say, well, how's it coming? Great, I feel great. What have you got to show for it? Joy. Well, what else you got to show for it? Vitality, clarity. What else you got to show for it? All that you're doing, what do you have to show for the work that you've been doing? Enthusiasm, life, passion. That all? And what they're really saying to you, don't you think paying this price of joy is too great? Someone might even say to you, well, you seem really, really happy, and you seem like you've got the world by the tail, but I don't see any evidence of well-being in your life. You say, wait, everything I want is because I think in having it I will feel better. And now I found a way to feel better even before it comes. They say, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It hasn't come. What a lot of people on this path say is, all the things I thought I needed to manifest in order to be joyful, I felt joy before they manifested. But then they manifested. In other words, they can't not come. It is our desire today to convince you so completely in the reality of this vibrational reality that you will see it as we do, as present tense. But you cannot make this now reality, this vibrational reality, feel completely like present tense until you spend more time deliberately in the vortex, coming into alignment with the feelings. And what keeps you from being willing to do that is that there's so much to see and hear and smell and taste and touch that sort of tempts you into giving it your attention, that it's not as vivid, it's not as real, it's not as colorful, it's just not as colorful to find a feeling in the vortex. You like the drama of real life. And so even when you think that you are in the vortex and thinking about what you want, and we agree that you've been doing it a higher percentage of the time, still you spend much more time out there observing what is than you do in here feeling the fullness of what has become vibrationally. Every physical human that we ever visit with, Jerry and Esther included, as much as they've heard, they've been listening since the cassettes too. The now reality is compelling. It's just so vivid. And to close your eyes and feel your way into an emotional state just isn't that satisfying. But what we want to do is to give you enough processes that you train yourself into vibrational alignment with what's in the vortex, that then you can step back into the physical manifested reality world and maintain the vibration that you trained yourself while you're in the vortex. For example, we're going to hit this right on the nose for you because we can feel the poignancy with which you're asking, and you're going to get this. So just relax. It is our promise to you, you will hear this. We've been teasing recently 2 new, relatively new decks of affirmation cards. One of them on money, one of them on health. Because those are big issues for most people. So we've been talking about how a person may be not having as much money or health or whatever as they want, and so going after it in some deliberate way. I'll take a class, I'll read a book, I'll affirm, I'll listen to the cassettes for years and years and years. I'll do everything that I need to do. So let's say that, as you said, the job didn't change and the money didn't get bigger like you wanted it to, and you thought you were doing the work, and why isn't it changing? And so now you come to a seminar and you're that much more determined. We'll get on the subject of money because it applies more to more. So you are in a place where you're not feeling happy about where you are. And so you say, I'm going to do something about that because I deserve a better life, and I want a better job, and I want to be the creator of my own reality, and I want more money. And so you get these cards and you say, my financial success does not require hard work. And you say, all right. Money isn't everything, but who writes this stuff? Abraham, who clearly doesn't need a house, wrote that. There is no shortage of money there is no shortage of money or time. Have you seen my bank balance? Are you kidding me? The better my story gets, the better my life gets. The better my story gets, the better my life gets. I can set my own vibrational standards for financial well-being. Rather than complaining, I will focus on positive aspects. We see these all along the highway where they've been flung out of car windows. So what we're saying to you is, when you are in that place of observing the change that hasn't taken place yet, in other words, you're observing what is, even though you've been making the effort, you've been doing the work, we want you to understand that every effort that you make in an attitude of trying to fix something that is broken just holds you in that vibration of resistance longer. So everything that we've been telling you for all of those many years has been toward the beneficial experience for you to find yourself in your vortex where there is no resistance, and then practice the vibration of that. We would like to say expressly to you that any work that you do, or nearly any work that you do from outside the vortex, while it can improve your vibration to some degree, once you reach the place of understanding that you've come to, if you can accept the reality of the two vibrational aspects of you, and you can recognize that when you have those moments of high-flying good feeling, that means there's no resistance and you're in the vortex. And then from that vantage point, you can do your affirming. The whole process of deliberate creation hinges on this one small understanding and this one small action. Training my frequency. Training my frequency. Training my frequency, which means ignoring reality, because everything I observe activates a frequency. So if I look at not enough money, I've activated the frequency, and you can't activate a frequency without training yourself. So training my frequency into what? Training my frequency to match what's going on over here. So the vortex takes you in many times in every day, really. You hear music that makes your heart skip a beat a little bit, or you feel like moving to the music a little bit, or for Esther, it's always when she first gets out on the highway, the open road just makes her heart sing. In other words, you have those thoughts that still are pure enough that every now and again, you just sort of stumble blindly into the vortex. You do. We know you do, and you know you do too. And what we're suggesting is, if you will just keep an ear to the ground, so to speak, and recognize that you're in there, and then do your affirming from in the vortex, it feels so much different. In other words, I can set my own standards for financial well-being. I can have anything that I want. I even want to read the other side of that. What? The physical me is the materialized me. In other words, my what is need not influence my what is becoming. From inside the vortex, this stuff makes perfect sense. From inside the vortex, you never want to put it down. You want to look at the pretty pictures. You want to take in the colors. You want to understand it fully. This makes sense. What does it mean? How can I know more? Your eagerness just comes over you. You find yourself then inside the vortex just becoming it. And so what we're saying to you is, get in the vortex any way you can and milk it, milk it, milk it, milk it. And you will shift your vibration enough that that change must come to you. It has to. Have we convinced you that you are vibrational beings? Do you believe that we are vibration? Do you believe that this time-space reality inspires vibrational expansion? Do you believe that everything that you see in terms of manifestation was a vibrational reality first? Do you believe that this planet came into being because it was visualized? Do you believe that you are a vibrational interpreter, and that what you see and hear and smell and taste and touch and so on is your interpretation of vibration? Do you believe that what you see in your dreams are indicators of your vibration? Do you believe that your dreams are reality? Well, they're not really reality, but they're a sort of reality. They come from somewhere. In the same way that you see that your dream is something that is created by you, do you understand that your real life is something that's created by you? And does that make it easier for you to understand that this vortex is something that's created by you? And do you understand that in the same way that what is in terms of the manifestation of your planet and its technology and your clothes and your body and your eyes and all the stuff that surrounds you, that it comes into